Hello. I would like today to talk a little bit more about some science concepts that we had been working on. We're going to talk about matter and energy. So everything around us is made of matter. My pencil, my scissors, my table, my blanket, I am made of matter. We are all made of matter. And matter takes up space. It has mass, and we know that when something has mass, it can be weighed. Mass is related to weight. The more mass something has, the heavier it is going to be. If you want to kind of think of mass as the particles, so like a rock would have greater mass than a balloon because particles of a gas are more spread out. The particles of the solid are clinging tightly together. So matter is what everything is made of. Matter has mass. The more mass something has, the more it will weigh. Energy, on the other hand, is the ability to do work. And we can think about that even, as far as when we feel like we have energy, we feel like doing more work. When we're tired, we don't really want to do that. That might help you remember. Energy is the ability to do work. Energy will bring changes to matter. Energy is the ability to do work, and energy brings changes in matter. So we're going to look at some things and we're going to decide, are they matter or energy? So I'm going to put my little card up here and it talks about matter and energy. So let's think of oil. Sometimes people think, well, I put oil in my car moves, so I'm kind of using energy. But oil is actually just a very viscous liquid. It's matter. Oil is matter. What about heat? I know when I heat up my food, it changes. So heat is a form of energy. We know the sun gives us light energy and heat energy. The two voices are two forms of energy that the sun sends, light and heat. So I'm going to put heat over here under energy. Okay. Rocks. Yeah, they're made of matter. Rocks are matter. We know they're made of matter. They have mass, and rocks have a lot of mass. Mass is related to weight. The more mass something has, the heavier it will be. What about food? We eat food to give us energy, but is food actually energy? Or is it something that sort of we can see and it's got mass and we can pick it up? It has weight. Food is matter. What about microwaves? And I'm not talking about the actual oven. I'm talking about the waves that do the cooking. Microwaves. And they do bring about change, right? They cook your food. They warm it up. They bring about change. So microwave is a kind of energy. Microwave oven is matter. It's something it's made of, but we're talking about the actual waves, not the oven. A pole is a form of energy. I could pull something and it changes it. Remember, energy is the ability to do work. So pulling something can be hard work if I'm pulling a big heavy load of something. Sound. We know sound travels in waves, and sound is also a type of energy. What about a plastic bag? Is that energy or matter? That's right, it's matter. It's made of matter. Light. I think we already said how the sun sends us two forms or types of energy, light and heat. Light is energy. What about a book? Would a book be matter or energy? That's right, it's matter. A book is made of matter. It takes up space. I know in my house, my books take up a lot of space. Clothes. So are clothes energy or matter? Remember, things are made of matter. Matter takes up space. Matter has mass. And mass is what gives things weight. If something has mass, it could be weighed. And I know if I have a big pile of laundry, it's pretty heavy. So clothes are matter. An explosion. I'm thinking the sun is constantly exploding and sending out masses and masses of energy. Wood. Yep, wood is matter. It's heavy. It's made of matter. It has mass. It takes up space. Glass. What do you think? Energy or matter? That's right, it's matter. Water. And I know some of you might say, well, what about a hydroelectric dam where the water comes down and helps make energy? It helps make energy, but is the water actually the energy? Or is it the movement, the kinetic energy, the movement of the water? So water is matter. It takes up space. It's heavy. I know when we're pouring water at our class at lunch, that pitcher's pretty heavy because it's filled with water. Water is matter. What about electricity? Matter or energy? That's right, it's energy. Energy is the ability to do work. And we know electricity works. It can make changes in matter. When I plug in my toaster, the electricity, the energy from the electricity, the electrical energy converts into heat energy and makes my toast hot and crispy. Plants. Now that's an interesting one too. Some of you might be like, but plants can take energy from the sun. They're filled with energy from the sun. They can, but plants are made of matter. They take up space. So they're matter. A waterfall. So water takes up space. When we talk about a waterfall, what they're talking about is the power of that water moving. And that actually is a type of energy. That's what we use when we build a dam and we hold back the water, and then when we let it out, it spins the turbines and it creates electricity. Wind. So air is matter, but wind is the movement of that air. So it is kinetic energy. Anything with movement like that is kinetic energy. So the wind is a type of energy, and we can use that. We can use wind to create electricity. We take the energy from that movement, the kinetic energy of the wind. You might have seen a wind farm or a wind turbine. If not, I'm sure you've seen pictures of windmills. In the old times, they just used to have the little wooden windmills, but now they have these big, huge turbines, and they're often in what we call a wind farm. So we're not growing wind, but we're catching wind, and we're changing it into electricity. So wind is, again, another example of kinetic energy. And the last one we have is a push. And I'm going to remind you, energy is the ability to do work. So you would have to work pretty hard if you were pushing something. Maybe you've tried to push the trolley at the store and it's full of shopping and it's very heavy. Pushing is a form of energy. So we have matter and energy. And I'm going to challenge you to try and think of some other types of matter. Remember, everything is made of matter. So that one's probably pretty easy if you just look around you. And now try and come up with some other kinds of examples of energy. Energy is the ability to do work. Energy brings about changes in matter. Have fun.